Hey guys, I was just looking for stuff uh, 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 in YouTube until I found not this, yeah, whatever that is, neither that. Until I found this wadzee. I hope he doesn't sound that.
Sometimes I think that Minecraft is just too easy. And that's because as long as you have a lot of food, you practically have unlimited hearts, and any damage you take can be quickly reversed. But what if that wasn't the case? What if you only had the 10 hearts you start the game with, and anytime you took damage, it was permanent, meaning any hearts lost would be lost forever? Will I be able to beat the game like this, or will I have to admit that maybe Minecraft isn't so easy? Okay, well, this is an interesting spawn. Don't really want to be in either of these biomes right now. So, first things first, I do not want to be underground yet. The fact I'm hearing skeletons already, terrifying. Get me out of here. And so, like every great Minecraft journey, it all begins here, on the surface. By far the safest place I can be in this challenge, because as long as it remains daytime, the only real danger I face is probably fall damage, which means our first objectives here are to acquire a bed, but also get as equipped as possible to head underground and face some real danger. Oh my, that's a creeper. Why? Why? It's daytime. I should not be under threat already. I don't like where I am. You know what? I'm just gonna get out of here. Now, obviously food is a lot less important in this challenge because I can't use it to regenerate, but I still need to have some source of food so I don't starve and take damage that way, so that's something to think about as well. Shortly after hopping in my boat, I managed to stumble across a village, but as you're about to see, it was anything but ideal. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is the best village house ever made. I have to say, this is one of the most precarious villages of all time. I mean, so many places I can take fall damage around here. All these buildings generated in the weirdest ways possible. Like, what is this, man? How am I meant to get around here without taking fall damage? Okay, well, I was hoping to find iron in this village, but no such luck. At the very least, we've found beds, and I might just take one, because I don't know if I want to stick around here. So no iron, but we do have a map. So, yeah, cool, that's pretty useless. And so I said goodbye to this disappointing village and I carried on exploring, hoping to find some iron. Whoa. Okay, this looks kind of nuts. Let's not take full damage here. Look, at the very least, I will use this to get some free coal, but I don't know how far I want to go into this cave right now. Is there any free iron I can snag here before it gets too dangerous? I don't see any iron. Huh, this might have to be an adventure for another day. Oh, also, it's slowly turning nighttime, so we can thank the village for our bed. Part of me did wonder if I was playing this too safe. However, I was currently naked, and with 0 armor, I was at risk of taking up to 3.5 hearts of damage from a regular skeleton. And with only 10 hearts to beat the entire game, that wasn't a price I was willing to pay. Fortunately though, waiting for me just over the horizon was unexpectedly exactly what I was looking for. Wow. That is potentially the best mountain I have ever seen in Minecraft. That is actually insanity. And to go along with it, we've found a ruined portal. Silk Touch Hoe. Is there anything I can do with that? Maybe. Got our first bit of armor as well, and a tiny bit of iron. Okay, well, thanks to the ruined portal, we at the very least have a shield now. So maybe we can head underground. And let's just take a moment to appreciate this a little longer. Wow, that's actually amazing. Wait, I see iron in this mountain. The mountain is our savior. Okay, one problem. I'm so terrified of powdered snow. Okay, safe. And that looks the same as that. Which looks the same as that. That's powdered snow. Okay, I see the difference. In case you aren't familiar with powdered snow, it's a block that you can fall into and will eventually cause you to take damage from cold. However, you can just break the block, so I was being very dramatic, but I wasn't taking any chances. I carefully scaled this entire mountain, avoiding all the powdered snow and mining all of its iron, and I found a lot of it. And I was even lucky enough to find some other things along the way. Whoa, emerald. It's not that crazy, but still pretty cool. My very first emerald. And more iron. Alright, well after a long while, all my iron is now smelted and I can fully equip myself with everything I'm gonna need, including a bucket, a flint and steel, and full iron armor. Thanks to the mountain, we had made a significant improvement to our defenses, and with these upgrades, the damage we would take from mobs was greatly decreased, meaning I was now feeling prepared to head underground. So to show my appreciation, I left my mark before having to part ways with the mountain for the rest of this journey. The fact that it started raining just now, I think solidifies the fact that we need to go underground. As dangerous as it may be, putting up with the rain is just, it's too annoying. Could this be our cave? Oh, that's just too dangerous though, isn't it? As much as I wanted to fearlessly jump straight into danger, I decided to take the safer route down for my first time heading underground. This is where the challenge really begins, because it doesn't matter how many times I sleep in a bed, down here, there's no avoiding the mobs. Found another cave. And we've got our... Not a skeleton. No, not a skeleton. Gonna have to be fearless at some point, but that point is not right now. Our first monster slain. The skeleton is worrying me. I think skeletons are the mob I'm most scared of. They're just so hard to avoid taking damage from, man. Alright, shield. Nice. Just shield at all costs. Okay. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Oh my god. You need to have this shield up at like all moments. Alright, shield. As long as I am tactical and careful, this shouldn't be a problem. I hear zombie. Okay. Why is there two? Why is there two? Oh, I don't like that there's two. Okay, just remember, use your shield. Use your shield. My first time underground, I managed to collect a bunch of useful resources. However, I didn't find diamonds. And since I ran out of wood to make torches, oh, I've got no wood. I thought it would be best to retreat to the surface and try a different cave later. Okay, spider, please don't hurt me. Oh, the sheep, get out of my way. Nice. Also, this may seem a bit extreme, but I thought of it earlier while killing cows, and I think having an emergency bucket of milk, in case I get poisoned, seems like a really strong strategy. After grabbing some more wood and food, I tried heading straight back underground, but I think some caves are best left alone. 2, 3, 4, 5 skeletons. 5 skeletons is just insane, man. At some point, I'm gonna have to stop being a coward, but 5 skeletons just does not seem worth it. And so I got in my boat and I kept exploring until I'd find a much more approachable cave. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going down here and I am not leaving until I've got my diamonds. Creepers are fine. I'm okay with creepers because they just explode and they damage other mobs for me. So I'm fine with seeing creepers. But skeletons are the real enemy. That skeleton better not aggro me. They're not that hard to deal with, but if there's other mobs around, it's insanely dangerous. This could be... Okay, it's zombies, that's fine. Oh, wow. Now we're talking. This is exactly the cave we needed. The problem is it's going to come with a lot of danger, but with risk comes great reward. Uh-oh. See, that's the problem. Okay. Finally, we've secured our very first diamond. Oh gosh. Dude, I don't know if I can do this, man. There's just so many mobs. Good. Okay. Oh, just get rid of the skeleton. Get rid of the skeleton. Uh-oh. Why is it backing away? Can't do this. No way! Are you kidding me? I had my shield up. I was so careful, man. 1.5 hearts damage too. That's insane. No, you know what we need? We need a bow of our own. Which makes me think maybe I retreat and find a village. Because if I had a bow of my own, I could be bowing all the mobs from a distance, and it'd be a lot safer. Despite there still being diamonds just within my reach, I decided to leave this cave, because I had newfound fear of just how easily I can take damage, and I can only make that mistake so many times. So I'd have to leave and return stronger. As I set out to find a village by boat, I managed to find a number of other treasures along the way, including an underwater ruined portal, and I even found a map for some buried treasure. Oh wait, I have buried treasure. And when I finally remembered to follow this map, it was leading me towards more than just a buried chest. That's interesting. We found a pillager outpost and a savannah, which has a decent chance of having a... Oh yeah, no, there's the village. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen a pillager outpost that close to a village. There it is, finally. Oh, rewarded 3 diamonds. Buried treasure mission complete. Now we can stop in at our village. Welcome to the village. This is the place I'll call home until I either die or beat the game. The loot from the village was pretty lackluster, but that wasn't exactly what I was here for. Through the power of villager trading, I plan to get ridiculously strong, and all that begins with this Fletcher villager and the power of sticks. Alright, cool. So now we've got a bow trade from a villager, which I guess I didn't necessarily need. I could have just crafted that, but we can also get stocked up on a bunch of arrows. I ended up spending the next hour in the village, and it was so nice I almost forgot I couldn't take damage. Most of my time was spent in the neighboring swamp, chopping down trees to earn my emeralds. And after enough time, I leveled up my Fletcher villager and got a power 2 bow trade. I then started looking at what the other villagers had to offer, and I was pleasantly surprised. Whoa. Looting 2? Wait, you can just get a looting 2 sword from a level 1 weaponsmith? I also started my search for the ultimate trade. However, that will be revealed later, because I just got an idea for how I want to use the 6 diamonds I'd found so far. And I could save them to create diamond armor, but I think what I want to do, firstly create a diamond pickaxe, and then I will come over here and collect these 2 obsidian. And now with those 2 extra bits of obsidian, I have 4